Welcome to today's video, where we tackle the harsh truth of car accidents and why being not at fault doesn't automatically protect your wallet. First, we'll set expectations about insurance, timelines, and your next vehicle. Next, we'll lay out a step-by-step plan to protect your health, your claim, and your cash. Then, we'll demystify gap insurance and show how it resets your finances without funding your next car. Finally, we'll compare smart replacement strategies and wrap up with key takeaways and quizzes to lock in your knowledge. Here's our roadmap. First, we'll review the big picture from crash to replacement. Then, we'll cover immediate actions for health, documentation, and claims. After that, we'll explain GAP insurance and how it resets a negative equity loan without giving you cash for a new car. Next, we'll separate your accident claim from the vehicle purchase price. Then, we'll discuss rental coverage limits and timelines. Moving on, we'll challenge your transportation needs and show smarter choices. Subsequently, we'll build a practical replacement budget. Finally, we'll test your knowledge and close with key takeaways. To frame the entire experience, we visualize the sequence from the crash to the replacement. First comes the incident, then immediate medical evaluation and documentation. Next, you file the claim, and an adjuster assesses whether the vehicle is a total loss. Afterward, the insurer issues the actual cash value payout. If you carried JAP insurance and your loan exceeded the car's value, the JAP policy pays the deficiency to zero. Finally, with your prior loan neutralized, you make a clear-eyed replacement purchase driven by your budget, not the accident. In the first 24 to 72 hours, prioritize your health above all else. Get examined promptly because soft tissue and concussion symptoms often appear later. Simultaneously, collect documentation. The police report number, scene photos, medical intake notes, and your claim number from the insurer. Contact your insurer within the first day to initiate the claim and confirm the assigned adjuster. Immediately ask about rental coverage and the expected time window, because it often lasts only 1 to 2 weeks. While these steps unfold, begin outlining a realistic replacement budget so that you're ready before the rental expires. Follow these steps methodically. First, get a medical evaluation and retain all paperwork. Second, file your claim, obtain a claim number, and capture your adjuster's direct contact information. Third, document the damage thoroughly with photos and context. Fourth, clarify what's covered, including towing, storage, rental duration, and incidental fees. Fifth, if the other driver is at fault and insured, pursue rental coverage through their insurer. Otherwise, in uninsured or no-fault scenarios, rely on your policy's rental reimbursement limits. Sixth, avoid impulsive purchases and construct a replacement budget rooted in your current cash flow and savings. Finally, arrange pre-purchase inspections to avoid hidden repair costs. GAP, or Guaranteed Asset Protection, covers the difference between your car's actual cash value and the remaining loan balance when the vehicle is totaled. Importantly, it eliminates the deficiency but does not fund a down payment for your next car. Therefore, think of JAP as a chance to reset your finances from a negative position to neutral, not as an unexpected source of money. This mindset shift prevents overspending on a replacement vehicle. Let's quantify typical outcomes. In an upside-down loan with GAP, your primary insurer pays the actual cash value, and GAP covers the remaining deficiency, leaving you owing nothing but also without spare cash for the next purchase. Without GAP, the same scenario leaves you responsible for the deficiency, even after the insurer pays the actual cash value. If you are right side up, the insurer's payout can exceed your loan balance, and you may retain the difference for your next purchase. Remember, deductibles and fees can reduce your net proceeds. Being not at fault is crucial for your claim, but irrelevant to a dealer's pricing. The accident claim and the replacement purchase are separate transactions. Avoid allowing short rental windows to force a hasty, overpriced deal. Instead, let your current financial capacity guide the purchase, regardless of what you previously qualified for. On the left is the insurance claim domain, governed by policy language, liability determinations, and adjuster valuations. JAP coverage may eliminate a remaining loan balance, and rental coverage is constrained by policy limits and timelines. On the right is the vehicle purchase domain, where market forces drive price, not your accident status. You must secure inspections, financing, and a fair price. If the deal is unfavorable, you retain the power to walk away. Rental coverage is typically short-lived. When the other driver is at fault and insured, you may receive a comparable rental for approximately 1 to 2 weeks. However, This window closes quickly, so do not plan on extended coverage. In no-fault jurisdictions, or when the other driver is uninsured, your own policy's rental reimbursement limits apply. Therefore, synchronize your shopping, budgeting, and inspections to fit within the rental period to avoid out-of-pocket rental costs. Reevaluate what you actually need day to day. If you previously owned a large vehicle, recognize that the total cost of ownership, purchase price, insurance, fuel, and maintenance may not fit your current situation. Opting for a reliable, depreciated sedan can provide years of low-cost transportation. For occasional capacity needs, renting a truck or cargo van when necessary is often far cheaper than owning one full-time. Construct your replacement budget from today's cash flow and savings, not from the largest monthly payment you once qualified for. Preserve an emergency fund to handle surprise expenses. Favor dependable, modestly priced vehicles and financing that leave room for maintenance and insurance. Prioritize reliability, total ownership costs, and retaining the ability to walk away from a bad deal. Quiz time. The question is, what does JAP insurance do in a total loss scenario when you are upside down on your loan? Option A, gives you cash for a new down payment. Option B, eliminates the loan deficiency and brings your balance to zero. Option C, extends your rental coverage for an extra month. Option D, raises your vehicle's market value so the payout is higher. You may pause the video now to think about the answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section of the video. The correct answer is, eliminates the loan deficiency and brings your balance to zero. JAP pays the difference between the insurer's actual cash value payout and your outstanding loan. It does not provide funds for a down payment or extend rental benefits. Second quiz. The question is, how long should you typically expect comparable rental coverage when the other driver is found at fault and insured? Option A, indefinitely until you choose a car. Option C, exactly 30 days by law. Option D, only until the adjuster calls you. You may pause the video now to consider your answer. We will discuss the answer in the next section. The correct answer is about 1 to 2 weeks. While policies vary, most comparable rental coverage is limited and ends quickly, so you should plan to complete your shopping and inspections within that time frame. Now, let's address special cases. In no-fault jurisdictions, you typically rely on your own policy regardless of fault for certain benefits, including rental reimbursement, subject to your limits. If the other driver is uninsured, your coverage may step in, but again, only up to your policy limits. Therefore, review your declarations page and speak with your adjuster to understand coverage caps and timelines. Before we continue, a brief but important disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and does not constitute legal, medical, or financial advice. Insurance policies and laws vary by state and by insurer. Always consult your policy documents and, when needed, a qualified professional. Let's summarize. First, being not at fault does not reduce the price of a replacement vehicle because purchase negotiations are independent of the claims. Second, JAP eliminates a loan deficiency but does not give you funds for the next car. Third, rental coverage windows are short, so plan your search and inspections accordingly. Fourth, prioritize reliability and total ownership costs over previous habits or status. Finally, maintain your emergency fund and rely on inspections to avoid buying a problem. Thanks for watching. If you found this helpful, please like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more practical guides. Tell us in the comments what surprised you most, or what you'd add from your own experience.